This is CBC Here and Now.
Down but not out, the head of Sci-Fi Expo in St. John's is saying sorry, but this won't be his final frontier. Good evening, I'm Anthony Germain, but first we start tonight with a development in the world of provincial politics. Some reports were released today in relation to harassment and bullying within the House of Assembly. The CBC's Jana Call has been tracking this story and she joins us now live. Ariana.
Well, Anthony, Bruce Chalk, the Commissioner for Legislative Standards, has confirmed that 2 reports were released today, but not to the public, and they are in relation to allegations of harassment and bullying within the legislature. Now, that report was released to the members involved as well as the Management Commission, but the question is, which complaints are we talking about here? Because there have been several. I did call Eddie Joyce this afternoon. He could neither confirm nor deny the existence of any report. But let's just go back to the spring when the House of Assembly was in flux. There have been complaints filed by Liberal MHA Colin Holloway against Dale Kirby, Eddie Joyce, the NDP's Jerry Rogers, and Paul Davis. Then there was the complaint that started all of this, which was Sherry Gambin-Walsh filing a complaint against fellow MHA Eddie Joyce. She says she was facing bullying and intimidation, and Tory MHA Tracy Perry also filed a similar complaint. Now, I did reach House Speaker Perry Trimper just a couple of minutes ago. He did confirm that the Management Commission did receive 2 reports. He could not, however, say what complaints those reports dealt with. He says that they will become public once they're tabled in the House of Assembly in the fall. Anthony?
Jana Call live in our newsroom. After plenty of controversy last summer, a St. John's Sci-Fi convention is back. Avalon Expo swung for the fences last year and missed. Organizer Jeff Power even ended up as a missing person. Here Now's Ryan Cook is standing by live with the details on this story. Ryan.
Well, the Avalon Expo has returned to its roots here at the RE/MAX Center. It's a smaller venue for a smaller event, and this year Jeff Power just hopes it's a success.
Power ended up fleeing the city last year, staying at a relative's nearby cabin to avoid controversy. This after celebrity guests said they weren't paid. Power was listed as a missing person. He's since apologized and promised to pay the money in full, no matter how long it takes.
It's all on me. Made some mistakes in budgeting, and then things got out of hand. And after last year, I did a survey. People wanted to continue. And it's not about me.
Vendors took the day to set up shop here at the RE/MAX Center. For their part, they weren't too concerned with last year's controversy.
I'm just expecting a good weekend, pretty much. Yeah.
We're just trying to make the best of it. Whatever happens, happens kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hoping for the best.
The Sci-Fi crowd is pretty, understanding. We're very forgiving people. So I'm it is what it is.
While events kick off tomorrow, crowds today wasted no time getting into costume. They're also looking forward to a fun weekend and moving on from last year's mishaps.
I just want to make sure that if it skyrockets this year, then I was a part of helping it skyrocket. So then, yeah.
Yeah, we're always supportive of the cosplay community. So.
Admission this weekend is pay as you can, or pay what you think it's worth. Power said that during the pre-sale, someone paid $1 for a ticket. He said that sent him a message loud and clear. Still, he's committed to making good, and that starts this weekend. Reporting live for Here Now in St. John's, I'm Ryan Cook.
Safety advocates in Happy Valley Goose Bay are pleased with the decision to put new crosswalks in the community, but they say more work needs to be done, and the town agrees. Jacob Barker has more.
Bright and visible. Important for the safety of people crossing the street.
Press the button.
The town's been trying to get these intersections in since last council.
Okay, and we're good to go. All right.
Complicated by the fact that Hamilton River Road is a provincial stretch.
It took a while. It took a lot of research. Their engineers had to go back and to check into all the rules and the regulations, but we're happy now that we've got them up and running.
This is considered one of the busier pedestrian areas in town, with foot traffic coming from the hospital across the street. By the fall, the town says there will be a paved path connecting the hospital so people can get their coffee and donuts a bit quicker and more comfortably.
But also, We've got seniors that live in the long-term care unit who can use a wheelchair.
It's pretty easy to notice that the new crossings are having an effect. I've hit the button here a few times and pretty much without fail, cars have slowed down and stopped to let me cross the street.
And I think the awareness did work.
Brian Davis petitioned for better street lighting and crosswalks to go in after someone he knew was struck and injured along the stretch of road. He says there's more work that needs to be done.
I don't want to understate the wonderful job they've done with these crosswalks, but there are other locations that have very high foot traffic, probably even getting close to the amount of foot traffic that crosses here.
He plans to keep pushing for crosswalks in other busy areas.
I think we need to keep the push on. I think they've heard our voices, but we can't just sit back on our hands now and say that was good. We can't fix a dent and forget it. We got to keep going.
The mayor says there are other intersections of concern, and the town too will continue to push for better crossings elsewhere as well.
We will, in the very near future, certainly look at all crosswalks and what we do to make them more safe.
A message Davis and just about anyone here in town that needs to cross the street are happy to hear. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
A St. John's man who was the target of an alleged murder plot this spring has been arrested. Bradley Summer faces weapons charges related to allegedly having a handgun. He's also accused of breaking into a man's home in Mount Pearl last week. In 2013, Summers was accused of trying to open a local Hells Angels chapter. He and Al Potter made headlines when they were following after an investigation into outlaw biker gangs. Meanwhile, Summers remains in custody until a bail hearing next week. A St. John's woman is hoping that her quirky shirt designs will help spark a conversation about mental health. The fashions are fueled by Jennifer O'Quinn's own history with depression and anxiety. We met up with O'Quinn to learn more about her company.
So this is my first idea. We came up with the idea of anxiety because tea is a great way to calm your nerves. It's also a great thing to just hold in your hands and re-center yourself, ground yourself. Every shirt is a little bit lighthearted, maybe a little punny, to try and make mental illness something easier to talk about, to start those positive conversations and hopefully stop the stigma. Yeah, so this is our depression shirt. So it's depression on, depression off with the little light switch. This one is probably one of my favorites. I struggle with depression myself and have for years, so it's definitely one close to my heart. Originally started online, and then I went to a couple markets, kind of stayed there for a while, reached out to Twisted Sisters, got my clothing there first, and then messaged Coast Clothing because I'm from Stephenville, my hometown. So they put my stuff in there. I got it in Unicornio just earlier this week.
We just felt it was important to share the message. We just thought we couldn't say no to Jen when her and her sister decided to do this. And we were really excited to show the brand and let people kind of express themselves in whatever way they feel comfortable doing so.
We give back to the community by donating 20% of our profits to mental health organizations in the province. So our first donation is going to be going somewhere on the West Coast. We're still working out some details, but it'll be a great way to give back and give some money back into the mental health community and work on growing its resources. I've had people message me from all over the world saying they're really thankful that of what I'm doing. I've had people come up to my table at markets and start crying, walk away, come back and say, like, thank you for creating something that I can open up and tell my family and my friends and just make it a little bit easier to talk about. So I've had a lot of really great feedback, and that's definitely the best part of all this.
One of the stars from last season's St. John's Edge lineup is saying goodbye. Grandy Glaze announced on Instagram last night that he's signed elsewhere. Glaze says he'll be playing in Europe in Rostavy, Georgia. The Ontario native played defense for the Edge, and he was a huge hit with the fans. He was on the Edge's protected player list. Now, a spokesperson says the Edge has not received official word about Glaze's departure. Just ahead, why Clem Whittle is rowing a dory from Balleen to Holyrood and what it all has to do with politics. And in our second half hour tonight, an encore presentation of the Parkway sessions.
update is brought to you by Take Charge Business Efficiency Program. Over 570 businesses have saved energy and taken charge of their bottom line. Find out how you can too.
Well, Carolyn, as you can tell, is off tonight. It's kind of lonely. No Carolyn, no Debbie. All started with Ryan, really. But I do have help, though. My colleague Janine Bejnath-Rodino is standing by at the CBC Weather Center. So, Janine, how's it looking?
Thanks so much, Anthony. Always a pleasure to be here bringing you your weather and the updates that we have. It was a little bit of a cooler day today for Labrador City. We saw temperatures getting up to just about the 12-degree mark, and that's a little bit below seasonal for this time of year. Usually we are sitting closer to 16 degrees. For the Avalon and down towards St. John's, well, we're around 22 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud for today. As we head into the overnight, this is what we can expect with those temperatures, going down to a low of about 15 degrees for most of the island, and those are under some partly cloudy skies tonight. Where we are going to see the chance of some rain moving through, that's for Labrador City for tonight into the early morning, going down to a low of 6 degrees as we head towards the area, and single digits for Labrador as well. Cooler temperatures to look out for as we head towards Cartwright, and then there is a chance for low-lying areas to see those temperatures drop even cooler to about 4 degrees. There is a risk of frost developing into the overnight and early mornings for Cartwright. Now, those winds will also be gusty at times out of the west at 40 kilometers per hour. We are tracking a system that's going to make its way into us, and this is what we can expect for tomorrow. So now high pressure will be in place for areas more towards the south, and that's going to keep us fairly clear, sunny, and dry. Take a look at these temperatures for tomorrow. St. John's 27 degrees as we head towards Corner Brook, 25, north towards St. Anthony 25 degrees, all under clear skies or partly cloudy skies but drier conditions. As we head towards Labrador, well, Cartwright and Happy Valley Goose Bay, that's when we see the chance of some showers moving through for tomorrow as well. In terms of those winds, they're going to be gusting out of the southwest 40 to 70 kilometers per hour for areas further north and further west. And as we head further south now, the temperatures are going to be hot, but then when you factor in the humidity, it's actually going to feel a few degrees warmer, closer to 30 degrees in many parts. St. John's closer to 31 with the humidity. The UV index is also very, it's high at 7 because we're under most of that sunshine and that ridge of high pressure that's going to keep us clear. Now, as we head towards the coast, though, the temperatures are going to feel a little bit cooler, about 4 to 5 degrees cooler. So let's take a look now at what we can expect for the next few days at one of our systems coming through. That high pressure to the south of us here is going to keep us really dry. There is a low to the north, but I don't think it's going to affect us too much for Labrador. But here's our next weather maker as it makes its way through from the east. Ontario, Quebec saw the showers on Saturday, and that's going to make its way into parts of Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and even St. Anthony's for parts of the weekend. So as I time it out for you for tonight into tomorrow, we can see that for Labrador City, Happy Valley, Goose Bay, but for the most part of the province we are seeing drier conditions. So those are the risks that we are seeing there. Here's a quick look at what you can expect again for the overnight, again going down to a low of 15 degrees for St. John's and surrounding areas. That's a look at your forecast. I'll throw it back to you, Anthony.
All right, thanks, Janine. That's meteorologist Janine Bejnath-Rodino in the CBC Weather Center, filling in tonight with Carolyn off. Of course, you've been watching here now of late. You know that Carolyn has started to collect bee honey. I think she's spending all weekend packaging that honey. Stay tuned to see Sticky Stokes honey in your grocery store in the near future. You've heard of a political row, but how about a political row? One man is combining rowing and politics to spark some debate in the province. Here now's Ryan Brockerville explains.
Clem Whittle has been rowing for as long as he can remember. He rows his dory around Holyrood as often as he can for exercise. And it's while rowing that he came up with an idea. We need a new style of government.
I did do a little bit of research, and it calls our system an adversarial form of government. So that means that you and I, even if we were brothers, if we happen to choose different parties, we're automatically enemies. We're automatically adversaries. And I think that we're in a place now in society and in Newfoundland, anywhere. I don't think that we that we need to use that system anymore.
Whittle says he knows what can happen when a team comes together, having won the Triple Crown in his rowing career, and government could work the same way. So he's proposing a no-party system where people vote for their candidate who then work together to form and run a government.
We can still elect good people, and there's lots of good people, you know, in government already. But we can elect people from around the province, same as we're doing now, even a more democratic way if possible. And those people would come together and would govern. But instead of sitting on opposite sides of a house, like we see now, and usually in a family, you know, if people are sitting on opposite sides of the house, usually there's something wrong.
So with this idea, Whittle is going to row 60 miles this weekend to raise money for Children's Wish Foundation and to talk a little politics.
The starting point is about where we're at right now, right here on beautiful, beautiful Holyrood Beach. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my time and just row along and visit as many communities as I can. And I'll stop into every little harbour that I can get into, and anybody who wants to have a chat about my ideas and about their ideas and how we can really pull together as a team.
Whittle knows that there is a better way for government to work, and by rowing the 60 miles around the Conception Bay Loop, he hopes that he will find other like-minded people. Ryan Brockerville, CBC News, St. John's.
Now remember, you can watch Here and Now while on the go. We're broadcasting live on YouTube, and you can also catch past episodes on demand. Just go to YouTube and subscribe to CBC NL. And just ahead, our very popular weekly look at birthdays and anniversaries. You don't want to miss that. Welcome back. A small number of British Columbians are defying wildfire evacuation orders. They're determined to try to save their homes, but it doesn't always work out for them, and that was certainly the case near Burns Lake.
Wind was too strong today. We couldn't hold our line.
A raging wall of flames continues to consume everything in its path. The fire jumped a guardrail on Wednesday, moving towards several homes. One person tried using a hose to keep that fire away, but the fire was relentless. 3 homes were destroyed. For years, Indigenous people have traveled to a site in Manitoba to soak up the sacred and the spiritual and to learn from the land. It lies within what's now called Whiteshell Provincial Park. As Leonard Monkman reports, this week a group of teachers who traveled there became students.
A tobacco offering for the land. Each rock formation holds a story, a piece of Anishinaabe history. The petroforms at Bannock Point are in the heart of the Whiteshell. Dan Thomas is an elder and knowledge keeper of the petroforms, which he is sharing with a group of Indigenous educators from across the country.
We're talking about some of the teachings that we have that are evident in the petroforms here, especially about creation, the teachings about creation, both creation of the earth and then also the sky world.
Rocks are arranged on the Canadian Shield in the shape of animals like turtles, fish, snakes, and a buffalo. Thomas says it's also the place where creation began for the Anishinaabe.
This whole island was given to Anishinaabe to look after.
The petroforms serve as an outdoor classroom at the Southern Chiefs Organization's land-based education conference. Josie Cox traveled from Chissasabi, a Cree nation from northern Quebec, to take part.
We have the opportunity to come and learn from other nations.
Cox is a cultural educator in his community, while in Manitoba, he's both learning and sharing his own teachings.
We've shared quite a bit with the other elders that I've been talking to, and they seem to be interested in what we do with our young people too.
Natalie Daniels says there's more ways to learn than just from books.
Coming here to learn about who you are, who Anishinaabe people are, and hearing things from the language and then having that language and interpreting into English.
That's the learning Thomas wants the students to walk away with.
I hope that in the future that people will come to respect and to love this place.
And in the name of respect, students honor the teachings with their own tobacco offering. Leonard Monkman, CBC News, Whiteshell Provincial Park.
People in Hawaii are bracing themselves as Hurricane Lane bears down on the island chain. As you can see there, Lane is churning as a powerful Category 2 storm, and it's expected to batter the island chain for several days. It's already pummeling the Big Island with torrential rains, which has triggered flooding and landslides. Emergency management officials say because the storm is moving slowly, Lane will be what they are calling a marathon event. Well, it's time now to take a look at who's celebrating birthdays and anniversaries this week. Congratulations to Joey and Evie Leroy from Pointe-Amal, celebrating their 55th anniversary last Friday. And a happy 52nd wedding anniversary to Roy and Verna Edison in Roddickton. Catherine and Maurice Champdoiseau, hope I got the name right, in St. John's, celebrated their 52nd wedding anniversary on Monday. And a happy 56th anniversary to Ross and Gladys Bartlett in Burlington. Happy 99th birthday to Phoebe Bonnell in Pasadena. She celebrated her big day last Sunday. Tom and Teresa Walsh are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary today in St. John's. Congratulations. And a happy 50th anniversary to Gordon and Elsie Murphy, formerly from Bonavista, now in St. John's. Their special day was on Tuesday. Tuesday, also a big day for Margaret Norman in Lumsden, who turned 95. Tuesday was also the 56th anniversary for Bridget and Donald Foley in Glenwood, formerly of Tilting, Fogo Island. Patrick and Patricia Chafe are celebrating their 50th anniversary today. Ron and Nora Kelly will be married 57 years this coming Sunday. They live in Placentia Junction, formerly from Freshwater, Placentia Bay. And a happy 50th anniversary to Linda and John Framp in Stephenville. Happy 92nd birthday greetings to Louisa Pike in Charleston. Happy 92nd birthday to May Butt in Blackhead. And wishing Effie Jewer in Grand Falls a happy 101st birthday, and that very special celebration was on Wednesday. Phyllis Lawton celebrated her 90th birthday. Now, Phyllis worked with CBC Radio in Gander for 28 years. Congratulations. Wishing Tom and Gladys White in St. John's a very happy 50th wedding anniversary. They celebrated on Wednesday. Anniversary greetings to Lloyd and Joan James in Southbrook, who celebrate 59 years of marriage today. And a happy 95th birthday to Sarah Mooney. Congrats and warm wishes from at least 150 people from around you and in your circles, and they love your smile. Happy birthday to Stella Hancock in Corner Brook, who is celebrating her 99th birthday this Sunday. Happy 100th birthday to Gladys Dowden in Greens Pond. And a landmark birthday also tomorrow for Gwen Power in Cupids, who will celebrate her 100th birthday. And a happy 50th anniversary to John and Kathy Hewitt in Grand Falls, Windsor. Happy 56th anniversary to Austin and Ruth Bugden this weekend in Corner Brook. Happy 61st wedding anniversary on Sunday to Hazen and June Walters in Gander. And a happy 60th wedding anniversary to Bill and Olive Paddock in Springdale. Ethel and Richard Park from Gillams in the Bay of Islands celebrated their 50th anniversary yesterday. And a happy 55th wedding anniversary today to John and Carmel Power. Happy 91st birthday tomorrow to Mary Malloy in Torres Cove. And a happy 53rd anniversary today to Jerry and Shirley Canning in Two Good Arm. Boyd and Clarice Eddy in Sunnyside celebrated their 50th anniversary yesterday. Well done. And a happy 94th birthday to Herbert Marsh in Deer Lake. And on Tuesday, August 21st, it was a happy 50th wedding anniversary for Bruce and Paula Templeton in Outer Cove, and they were married in 1968 amidst a record 55mm rainfall, a record that stands to this very day. Well, hopefully you don't have to worry about that kind of rain as you saw the weather forecast. It looks like a pretty good weekend, so hope you have another good weekend. Also want to say to some of you who've sent us pictures, we did have a bit of a problem with some of your loved ones and grandparents and parents because some of that was going into our spam folder. We seem to have rectified that, but if you do have birthdays and you know other people are celebrating big ones, by all means do send them to us because we'd like to get those on. Also, as you know, back to school is just around the corner, and we're looking at how we're going to cover that first big week back. For those of you who have ideas, something that has to do with students, schools, education, teachers, love to hear from you. Send me a tweet directly to me and I'll try to get a hold of you. As you can see, that's my Twitter handle, @AnthonyGermain. That pretty much does it for me tonight. In the next half hour, we're going to re-air part 2 of CBC's Parkway Sessions series that features Jana Call, Bridget and Dahlia, and Ouroboros. So have a great weekend. I'm getting out of here.
Swift, and I'm from Corner Brook.
I'm Dahlia Waller, and I'm originally from Toronto.
We're Bridget and Dahlia, and this is Awake.
Lights shine on this small road in the sun, practicing done. All eyes on the one, make way for this slowly, short way for this gay beats, and eyes on the one, words dissipate, I cannot relate. There's so much to say. The earth is a sunbeam, tremble my face, and all is erased, and I am still awake. Each second that you take.
I wrote something on the guitar, and then we both just decided, okay, we're going to go on opposite corners of the room and just write our own songs to see which one was better. And when we came back, we sang them at the exact same time, and they somehow worked together and just intertwined. So yeah, that's how the song came to be.
There's nothing can creep my breathing slow. Won't tell me to run, and follow me. I start moving so slow. Something said, don't tell me to go, and I am still awake. Each second that you take, and words take me away, and life is just a game. Lights shine on this small road in the sun, and I am asleep, and all is undone. But when I return without my gun, don't know what to say, I guess that you've won.
We became friends in like grade 8.
And then shortly after, we started doing music.
Yeah. In terms of like influencing performance and writing, definitely folk artists.
I think for me, a lot of Leonard Cohen and Joni Mitchell and lots of singer-songwriters.
I listen to like anything and everything, and just
Yeah, me
like
too.
appreciation of all music. I guess.
Yeah. I wrote A Dream of Blue, and really I wrote a song, and I don't know how I came up with the idea of it. I just wrote words that all had to do with the word blue, and then I realized it was a dream. Basically, I was writing about a dream.
Standing still in a blanket of blue, counting cards till I reach the one true, and then, only then, I moved on. A crow in the call to your swan. There were bright lights, there was gold, and I seemed to be the only one.
it's interesting to write about dreams because it can be anything.
Exactly.
So there's no like limits. If you can write something like completely that doesn't really make sense, but then you can use the excuse, oh, it's in a dream. So
yes.
It makes sense.
Raining down the insufferable ground, filled with smoke, filled with diamonds and all. And then as I walked through the door with the pearls and the paint spilled on crisply white floors, I could see that I couldn't be here anymore. I was wondering why and what for, and when I opened both my eyes, I was there no more. Take my eyes, they are solemn and warm. When I wake, I will have them no more. And then, only then, I will see the sun as was meant to be free. There was bright lights, there was gold, and seemed to be the only one standing in the corner untold. What was to come, what was to be.
We are Ouroboros from St. John's, Newfoundland, and this is Cachusis.
There's actually a town in Newfoundland called Cachusis, and it's supposedly named after a woman named Kit Hughes, who had a public drinking house back in the day. So when people would say where they'd been, they might have had a few drinks, slurred her name together, instead of Kit Hughes, Cachusis. So I was down to Cachusis drinking. So it's a little bit of a drinking song, a little bit of a good time song.
When I thought about putting this band together, I was like, well, who's going to be in it? And these are the people I called. They were my first calls. The nice thing about having a band of this makeup is that, like, no matter what we play, it has a very distinct sound. It's like, it's going to sound like us. You're not going to confuse us with almost any other band.
My name is Simon Greeley-Noble.
My name is Shawn Dillon.
We've been playing together for about a year. It didn't start as trying to start a band,
No,
but
turned into
the fun has turned into something that sounds relatively nice.
If you can't set me free, then won't you let me be? I don't wanna feel your lungs. My hands are all tied. A cycle makes alright.
I'm kind of coming in with a singer-songwriter approach because most of the songs that I'm writing is by myself. And then Shawn comes in and he tackles it in a different way and adds all these great riffs on top. He's also the king of tone, so that definitely helps me out a lot with my guitar sounds.
I stayed and said goodbye. You could have asked me to take you out. We could have figured it all out somehow, but look where we are now. A side to makes alright. A side to makes alright. A little high and then you're all into the floor. Those they've never been like this before. Your eyes all are gone to them. Even if I can't see you again.
We have some ambient influences in there.
Yeah, definitely. Like indie pop is kind of there when we play with like a full band.
Definitely some singer-songwriter
Yeah.
when we're without the band. We're kind of all over the map, but we stay in more of the alternate genres.
Yeah. We have different influences from everywhere, which bring together what we sound like.
Side to makes alright.
I'm Jana Call from St. Anthony, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Why don't you just leave me? Or let me stay here?
I've been singing since as long as I can remember.
I'll be better on my own.
The first recording my parents have of me, I'm 4 years old.
Next to you, dear. Why don't cry no more?
This song is a song called Lonely. I think the title pretty much speaks for itself.
Oh, I'm gonna lay here.
I wrote this in November of last year, the morning after my CD release party, and, you know, coming off of months of exciting recording and then putting off the show and then being left alone kind of just broke my heart a little bit, so I just put all that into this song.
There ain't nothing that lonely. Ain't nothing that blue. Than being next to someone, though miles apart. Oh, I'd rather be lonely. Just me and my heart. These tears, they've all dried up. Oh, they left me, they gone. There ain't no coming back from this. Oh, it's miles, 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 too many miles long. Oh, I'd rather be lonely on my own than with you. There ain't nothing that lonely. There ain't nothing that blue. Than being next to someone, though miles apart. Oh, I'd rather be lonely. Just me and my heart. Oh, I'd rather be lonely. Just me and my
I grew up singing in church, so gospel music is a huge influence for me. As I got older, I really started listening to a lot of soul singers like Gladys Knight, Roberta Flack. Recent singers like Alicia Keys is probably my favorite vocalist of all time.
The words were beautiful, though not many rhymed. The band played softly, and sometimes fell out of time.
This song is a song called Highway of Tears, and it's a dedication to the missing and murdered Indigenous women in this country.
A breath on my skin.
It's a scenario of what may have happened or could have happened to one of these beautiful women. It's a crazy, crazy thing, and I just feel it needs to be talked about. So this is the most important song on the album.
Then through the open window sings a ghost a melody.
but the song wants its freedom. It wants to be lost at sea. And you can never bring her home, and you will never find her key. And it was the saddest song a lady could ever sing. There are monsters that are killers. There are families forced into sin. There's a native girl who's screaming, a helpless song while